Hey everybody, here we are, episode 182 of Is This Thing Working? How you doing this morning, Denise?
I am doing great. It's an awesome day here in East Texas. Sunshiny, beautiful. It's Thursday. Anyway, getting a little bit closer to the weekend.
Yes,
but
it
we
is.
have a lot to talk about as the usual. We always have a lot to say.
Yep.
We always tell you that. We have a lot to say.
Today's August 8th, important day in history.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
On August 8th, 1974, President Richard Nixon announced his resignation from the presidency of the United States, effective at noon the following day. This decision came in the wake of the Watergate scandal, which involved the break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate complex and subsequent attempts by the Nixon administration to cover up its involvement. Nixon's resignation marked a significant moment in American history, making him the first U.S. president to resign from office. His televised address to the nation was watched by millions, and his departure from the White House was met with a mix of reactions ranging from relief to disappointment.
What was my reaction that day? I was 9. I didn't really even understand what was going on. But Nixon resigned that presidency 50 years ago. Why is that relevant today? It's big relevant today. Think about this. Nixon was removed in a silent coup by the same people, as Roger Stone says, the same people who killed JFK, tried to assassinate President Ronald Reagan, installed Obama, and impeached and tried to assassinate President Trump.
That's exactly right. That's why it's very relevant today and why we will continue to bring it up, because our government has been picking and selecting those that they want to be able to, be able to keep their finger on.
The point
to do whatever they want for that long.
Well, yeah, and the point is that the government, when they decide that they're ready to do it, look what they just done. And do you hear anybody on the Democrat side fighting back?
Never.
The craziest thing ever.
No, they
man.
believe their talking points. They believe the mainstream media's talking points that the attempted assassination of President Trump didn't happen. You know,
or that it didn't happen in the way that it did.
You know, and let's protect the Secret Service, of course.
That's my
always
point.
Protecting the three-letter agencies. And never do we get transparency. And to this day, we still don't have transparency on President Richard Nixon. Nothing. Nothing on the JFK assassination. Nothing on the Reagan assassination. And they did install Obama. They installed Obama and kept him in there for 8 years.
And doing their damnedest to install Kamala Harris right now.
Yes, they are.
We would like to welcome our new sponsor to Is This Thing Working? So help us welcome Cornbread Hemp. Their mission is to draw on Kentucky's 250-year legacy of growing hemp, as well as the state's unique climate and soil, to manufacture the highest quality cannabis products available in America. They proudly offer full-spectrum, USDA organic CBD products with up to 2 milligrams of THC per serving. Their plants are grown in what's known as the Bluegrass Basin, which produces the highest quality hemp alongside the best bourbon and fastest racehorses. Cornbread Hemp is one of the very few, if not only, CBD brands in America who exclusively use the hemp flower to create their CBD extract, called Flower Only CBD, and they want the world to know.
Please check out Cornbread Hemp by going to cornbreadhemp.com right now for a 30% off your initial purchase of any products on the website. Again, go to cornbreadhemp.com and use promo code ITTW for this special offer. Remember, you get 30% off, promo code ITTW. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. They do help keep the show free. We appreciate you. And we want to state before we start this show that these are our opinions and our assertions. And if you agree with us, you tell your friends and share the show.
And as always, if you don't agree with us, man, you tell your friends and share our show.
Also, stomp that like button and please follow or subscribe wherever you see the name Is This Thing Working? And our podcast is available for download on all platforms like Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
Don't forget, download that Rumble app. You can follow our show, and you'll receive instant notifications when we go live every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So let's get on with the show then.
Let's do it. Steve Bannon has 87 days left of being a political prisoner to the leftist goons out there. I just get, every single day, I know we're counting down. I have heard rumors that maybe there might be something they could do to get him out early. I am praying every day that the grassroots figure it out and that the Congress does and goes along with it. But until then, we're going to ask you, what is your task and purpose?
Exactly. Your task and purpose is to inform these senators and these representatives exactly the reason that he should not be in prison is the fact that the J6 committee that was formed was illegitimate. It served no true purpose, and it had no real authority. So please call your congressmen and remind them of this. Numbers always posted on our Rumble show. Right there during this segment, you can see it.
That's exactly right. And the grassroots, they continue to grow and get bigger. It's really fun to watch how much that we have all stepped up in this process because we have people being informed and engaged. And so we appreciate everything that you're doing. Well, also, what's happening today is President Trump. He's going to be at a news conference. He is going to give a news conference in Mar-a-Lago. Today, he announced it. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. It's scheduled. He wrote on Truth Social, and it was widely shared this morning to all the media platforms and news outlets. So we need you to push it out. We need everyone to watch it, get videos, and spread the word. Because President Trump and J.D. Vance, his vice president pick, who we love immensely, we're so proud that J.D. Vance got picked. And he's been out all day yesterday. What was he doing? In front of the media.
Exactly. There and answering questions. And
that's what we're going to do. We're going to do policies. We're going to compare policies against the Kamala Waltz. I don't even know how to say them. Harris Waltz. They don't even sound good together, does it?
right.
I have a hard time saying it still. Because it was Biden-Harris for so long. And where did Biden go, by the way? I know he keeps coming out. He keeps coming out with these little quips here and there, like threatening President Trump and stuff.
Just enough to let you know he's still alive. But
Yes.
then again, think about what he said the other day when they asked him, about transfer of power.
Exactly.
Was he comfortable on either side? He couldn't decide, could he?
No, he couldn't.
Which says a lot to me.
Because they don't know. They're not going to leave power. They're
That's
going to
my
do
point.
everything they can.
That's probably what he was telling everybody. Hey, man, it's going to be bad if Harris gets elected. It's going to be bad if Trump gets elected. I'm not comfortable
Yes.
with either side, which may have meant, hey, both of you can kiss my ass. I'm going to stay right here because y'all tried to throw me out.
Well, why not? I mean,
think about that.
I do.
Yeah.
And I have thought about it, and I've wondered, is he talking about himself like he's not leaving because, hey,
Could be.
They attempted a coup on, well, they didn't attempt. They did a coup
They
on him.
did a coup on him, yeah.
They did one on President Trump as well. So, where are the people that are angry that they threw Biden out? I don't understand.
Yeah. And if Fox News put out a pretty good little article about Kamala Harris. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I did this morning. One of the first things I seen this morning, I kind of laughed about it, that here, because it said that here Kamala goes left, hard left. And this is what it said. It said, and I couldn't agree anymore. It said that Harris is first and foremost a woman of the left, the hard left. In fact, Harris has enjoyed a long public career that began and has been nursed along in the ultra-left world of San Francisco politics. To understand anything Harris does, ask yourself, what would Nancy Pelosi do? Then do that very thing without art or even the pretense of old-school liberal Democrat values. That's Harris. It's Pelosi without Pelosi's Baltimore roots. Pelosi without a shred of Pelosi's political smarts. Both San Francisco Democrats are ideologues of the left, but Pelosi could always count votes and knew that first you have to win. Pelosi would have picked Shapiro, but Pelosi used the last of her juice to knife Joe Biden in the back. The new kids are in control now. And ain't it great? Because the new kids ain't going to have the political smarts that Nancy Pelosi did. Does this mean Nancy's going to step back, or is Nancy in control still?
You know, I don't believe that Nancy Pelosi gives up control at all, ever. I mean, that's just my opinion on that. Nancy Pelosi is a very, very politically smart individual. I'm not a fan. I don't like her. I'm not into her leftist politics. I think that it's too far, way too far, and they want every state to be a California state for some reason, and now New York. I mean, hey, us being here from Texas, you know, we have it good here, but I can't even imagine what it's like living in New York and living in San Francisco or California. I couldn't imagine that at this point.
Experience the ultimate shipping solution with Easy Ship. Are you tired of navigating complex logistics and wasting valuable time? Say goodbye to the stress of shipping and hello to simplicity with Easy Ship. Our intuitive platform allows you to compare rates from leading carriers, schedule pickups with ease, and track your shipments in real time, all in one place. Whether you're a small business owner looking to optimize your shipping process or an individual sending a gift to a loved one, Easy Ship has you covered. Our user-friendly interface puts the power of efficient shipping at your fingertips, saving you time and money. Don't let shipping challenges hold you back. Try Easy Ship today and discover a new level of convenience and reliability. Visit EasyShip.com now to get started.
Click the link below. Did you hear that Rumble joined X to sue advertising cartel that allegedly conspired to withhold digital advertising revenue?
Yeah, this is big news and probably one of the biggest news stories out there right now. Rumble.com put an article out about this very thing and has their statement in it too. And their article, this talks about this. It said that in its filing in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas, Rumble named as defendants the World Federation of Advertising, or the WFA, as well as the advertising agency WPP and its subsidiary group M Worldwide. The conspiracy centers around an initiative called the Global Alliance for Responsible Media, created by the WFA, that established arbitrary standards for the content on a digital platform where its members may want to advertise. GARM used those one-size-fits-all standards to perpetrate an advertiser boycott against Rumble and other platforms. This suit also notes that GARM has vast reach since it counts the 6th largest ad agency holding companies among its members, including the defendant WPP.
The brand safe standards set by advertisers and their ad agencies should succeed or fail in the marketplace on their own merits and not through the coercive exercise of market power. Rumble's complaint reads, all of this illegal conduct is done at the expense of platforms, content creators, and their users, as well as the agency's own advertiser clients who pay more for ads as a result of their conclusion.
I tell you what gets me about this whole thing, man, is the statement that it was read up above here describing GARM and all of this. Think about this, man. What gets me about that statement and about the entire organization is that they want to dictate what is acceptable and responsible speech under the disguise of free speech. I mean, think about that, man.
Well, you know, and I put it down to election interference. They don't want people to go to these other platforms, and we've had to do this, you know, other platforms, because everyone that's conservative would get kicked off of Facebook and YouTube and all the big main
advertisers,
and advertisers, and that's where they advertise. And so we're not allowed to get on there and actually, speak our mind or speak our opinions and have a difference of opinion with anybody, or you get hate written at the bottom of your stuff and all that. But these advertisers, they have no right to do that.
No, they don't.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm a big fan of all of these
The different the different brands that are out there that they're saying they're wanting to pull their advertising.
Everyone goes to every one of these, you know, and it's not just this. This is going on. It's important. It's important to watch. You've seen already how Google, you know, they got knocked down by antitrust lawsuit from here in Texas also. So now people are coming out and suing these people.
You bet. And here's the thing with the advertising too, and I wish that maybe they would go this way, because these are national brands. These are giants. These are conglomerates, you know, and true, they got a lot of money out there, and they got a lot of stores out there, and they've got places like Sonic and Arby's, you know, and B-Dubs, you know, Buffalo Wild Wings, Jimmy John's, Baskin Robbins, you know, and a lot of these, man, if you think about it, a lot of towns, you might have one or two or three of these different kind of restaurants there in town, but you can hit them where it hurts the most, which is their pocketbook. Boycott these businesses, man. You don't want to advertise on here because of your social stance, then you pay for it, just like Target did, just like Bud Light did. And here's another thing, like I said, that I wish they would do with this. They're big national brands. You don't want to advertise on my platform? Man, if I'm Elon, I tell them, you don't want to advertise on my platform? That's fine and cool. I'll kick you to the curb, because we could do this advertising on a local and a regional base, and I'll advertise those local and regional people in their markets, man, and I'll help them build their markets up. And guess what? Pretty soon they'll pass you. You'll be sitting over there not making money.
You know, that's a great idea.
I get it, man.
You know, I mean, and we talk about the Inspire brands and the Dunkin' Donuts and the Diego brands. You know, they sent emails out to Chris Pavlovsky, who is the owner of Rumble. And one of the emails says, to be honest, I would be opposed to showing up on the current version of the platform. The right-wing culture of the site is too polarizing from a brand suitability standpoint today.
Exactly. Think about what he just said. He goes, the right-wing culture of the site is too polarizing for our brand recognition. Well, then you go find you somewhere else to go advertise then, buddy. You know what I mean? Go find yourself somewhere else to go.
Oh, my gosh. And then this other one.
Well, even in the Diego brand, they sent out an email too, and they said in there, one of the statements that they said that one of my responsibilities is managing North America's TMP process, which is the trusted marketplace. And he even goes on to say, your platform is non-compliant pretty much across every category that we try to avoid. Well, good. Go somewhere else then, because
you know,
I want to tell you something. At least Rumble is about true free speech. That was my point.
And there's Democrats on there and leftists and everybody else on there. There's gamers on there. You know, it's a really big, it's growing platform. A lot of millions of people from all over the world, and they, you know, aren't going to advertise on Rumble because of that.
Go ahead. That's right. And that's kind of where I was going with that was.
Well, the Inspire brands, like James was saying, it has what? Buffalo Wild Wings, Jimmy John's, the Sonic, Arby's, Baskin Robbins, and Dunkin' Donuts. Now everyone sees Dunkin' Donuts trending, and this is why. And everyone needs to jump on the bandwagon and tag every one of these people at Dunkin' Donuts or wherever on X, because they're on X. They want to be on X and be included in X, but they don't want to advertise on X. I don't understand this. What they want on Rumble.
That was my point with the Global Alliance for Responsible Media. You know, my thing with that was you want to advertise on there, but you want to dictate the speech and the content that's on there also? No, sir, man. Go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are boycotting. So let's boycott. Also, the Diego brands, they're mainly liquor.
Yeah.
We have Crown Royal,
Captain Morgan,
Smirnoff,
Bailey's,
Canadian whiskey.
Yeah.
Don Julio. I mean, Johnny Walker.
Yep.
J&B, Guinness. I mean, there's a lot of brands.
Yep.
And hey, you know, there's other brands too, so we don't have to drink any of those.
My point is, I just think it's a crazy move.
I really appreciate that Chris comes out and tells us what's going on
Yeah.
there, and he does whenever they deny him,
And he took a stand, man.
because of, oh, well, you have Alex Jones on there, or you have Steven Crowder on there, and that is their examples of why they don't want to support Rumble or to advertise on Rumble. Well, I'm sorry, but conservatives really do spend a lot of money in your restaurants and on your liquor.
Well,
So I think maybe it's time to Budweiser them.
that's it, man. That's it. And that's kind of where I went back to the other idea of, okay, we'll just do local and regional advertising, and we'll shut you out, man.
Yes.
You go find you somewhere else
It's
to go
time
advertise,
for small
man.
businesses to finally get some advertising,
There you go, man.
at a decent rate that isn't so high, because you guys have taken over the space. You made it so expensive for small people to be able to advertise.
Yep.
You
crowd our space anyway.
and it's crowded with you. And the grassroots, they're good at boycotting, and they're going to step right up and spread that. I know you will spread it everywhere, but we also need to be excited about what we've done.
Yeah.
And we're going to point out a few election integrity things that we have done that has gone on in the country and in states, and we're so proud of the grassroots. First one we're going to talk about today is Nevada. Now, it's a huge win in Nevada. Michael Watley posted this on X yesterday, and he says, huge win. 90,000 inactive voters have been removed from the rolls in Clark County, Nevada, as a result of our efforts to protect the vote. Now, we've asked everybody to go to protectthevote.com and get involved. This is what that does. It helps. It tells you what to do. You get a phone call list to call in your area. If you're having if you have any concerns about election integrity, they'll send you that way. But election integrity starts with clean voter rolls, and that's why we've brought litigation in key states to compel outcomes just like this. That's from Chairman Michael Watley from the RNC.
Yeah, the Nevada Republican Party put out a press release, and this is what it said in there. It said, the Nevada Republican Party is proud to announce the successful cleanup of voter rolls in Clark County. It's a result of dedicated efforts by the Nevada GOP, the Republican National Committee, Trump campaign, and numerous grassroots organizations in collaboration with the Nevada Secretary of State and Clark Registrar of Voters. This concerted effort has led to the removal of over 90,000, like Denise said earlier, who should no longer be considered active, significantly enhancing the accuracy and integrity of the voter rolls. The executive board of the Nevada GOP expressed their satisfaction with the outcome, stating that we're incredibly pleased with the voter roll cleanup in Clark County. Our team has worked tirelessly to ensure a fair and free election this November. We look forward to seeing the results of the voter cleanups in the other 16 counties.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And as we approach the upcoming November elections, the Nevada GOP will continue to work closely with state and local officials to ensure that voter rolls across all counties are accurate and up to date. This is amazing to me.
Yep. And they're not the only grassroots efforts that's working, man. And, we see a certain journalist on Twitter a lot of times, and she comes on there and she will tell you some truth about a lot of things about the voter integrity issues that we got going on in the country.
And she continued to say, well, you haven't fixed it from the 2020
and you
election.
haven't fixed it. Yeah, you haven't fixed it. It's going to happen again this year. Why do you think that you can even get something done? She's always real negative about it. And other big-time podcasters and Bongino's called her out on it. So I'm giving it away. But my point with that is, like you say, she'll bring all these truths out, but she never offers a solution. And if you read just that and you didn't know any better, you'd go, well, she's right. We ain't going to do nothing. It's all over with.
Exactly.
They're going to steal the election. Ain't a damn thing we can do about it. But
that's exactly my thing when it comes to her sometimes.
Yep.
And it's not true.
It's not true, because not only do we have Nevada, State of Virginia yesterday.
State of Virginia.
Governor of Virginia put an executive order out, man. Glenn Youngkin signed an executive order ending illegal alien voting, man. This executive order, it also prevents voting machines from being connected to the internet. ballots from being counted if the voter's Social Security and birth dates do not match the system.
There's another tweet over here on X from a Jason Myers. He said that 6,303, that's the number of non-citizens identified and removed from Virginia's voting rolls under our watch. I'm proud of my office's work to help ensure election integrity.
See, people, that's fighting back. We've talked to you and we've told you, and everybody else has, all about the NGOs at the border and at the Darien Gap and at Panama, and how that they were bringing those people there and registering them to vote. We've talked about all of that.
So the grassroots is really on top of it.
The grassroots is weeding
when
them
the
out,
governor
man.
comes out and says this, Governor Glenn Youngkin, he says, under my administration, Virginia has made unprecedented strides in improving the accuracy of our voter list, including substantial updates for removal of deceased voters and protection against non-citizens registration, Youngkin wrote. This is huge. It's big. And the reason why we're bringing this all out today is because we want you to know there is hope. There is people out there working so hard. And that's why we push you to do the same.
And they're getting results, just like with Nevada, just like with Governor Youngkin in Virginia. And
the biggest
news of all is from yesterday that the Georgia State Election Board just voted to accept a proposed new rule that requires Postal Service to provide tracking of the mail-in ballots and chain of custody for undeliverable ballots. So if and when the fraud happens, now we can also track it.
Yes, and
So,
it is amazing.
That's big news coming out of Georgia, but is that the biggest news that came out of Georgia yesterday of concerning election integrity?
No.
Not by a long shot.
The citizens, and this is what we're talking about. The citizens of Georgia declared a state of emergency with Georgia's election system. And hear what citizens of Georgia had to say yesterday. I thought it was really cool.
Georgia owes President Donald J. Trump an apology. President Trump has been indicted by Fulton County. May I remind you that Fulton County has been found to be in violation of election law, not once for the hand audit, but twice for the machine count. And now we can prove that they had intentional human intervention, which is the predicate for election fraud.
And they demand action ahead of the 2024 presidential election. Now, Georgia has been in the news so much about this. We have played videos. We have talked to you about the amount of ballots.
380,716 gone, missing. They can't answer for.
They can't. Nothing. None of their numbers are working. President Trump won Georgia. And President Trump won Wisconsin. And President Trump won Arizona. And President Trump won Philadelphia. And he won all of these. Now, these are the other states that we really need to hear from. We need to hear what's going on. I know Wisconsin is doing the very best that they can.
Yep.
Grassroots are still fighting there. Pennsylvania, it's going to be a drop shoot on that one. You know,
Right.
They have so many illegals registered that I don't know. You know, but we just want to say that this push for change that has gone on and that we've, been a part of, it has empowered election officials and poll workers. These changes implemented in Georgia are not merely symbolic. They offer tangible improvements of the election process. New measures include granting access to ballot images, enabling poll watchers to observe tabulation centers, and allowing election officials to support the process as late as necessary to ensure accuracy. These initiatives will bolster transparency and confidence among both voters and election workers.
So what we're seeing, what we're learning, what we already been telling you, grassroots people, our work is bringing in results. Grassroots people, we haven't won anything yet, though.
No, we haven't.
But we're pushing toward it, man. Don't lose steam. Let's keep going. We got to get to when? November the 5th. We got to get there. Let's do it.
Is this thing working?
Rise up. Well, hey, everybody, that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Hope you've learned some things about what's going on around us in the nation and in your communities. You know, we couldn't do this without your continued support either. We appreciate all of you showing up, taking the time to listen to us today. So please, like I say, make sure to hit the like button, share our show with all your friends. We'll see you next time on Is This Thing Working? And as always, I'm James, and that's my lovely co-host over there.
Denise.
And we'll see you next time.
We're out.